Hi guys, welcome back to this channel where we help creators make better videos and effects. So a client reached out to me recently to create a credit card flipping effect. In creating that, I decided to share it with you, and it looks something like this. To keep this tutorial straight to the point, I will leave the rest of the animation to you. Just like the previous tutorial, we are going to do this effect using both Motion 5 and After Effects. These two have vastly different approaches and the resultant effects seem quite as different. Please leave a comment below on which method you find easier, and if you could also share the kind of effects you come up with. The overall effect is to create a 3D object which you can view on both sides. If you are making mockups, you can give these depth by use of replicators, but that's a tutorial for another day. So let's start this tutorial in Motion 5. I've already imported the front and back sides of the credit card as PNG files. This is a major limitation of Motion 5. If you import as Photoshop or Illustrator files, it's not going to be as easy to work on them. I've also made sure both sides are of equal sizes in Photoshop. This ensures our effect is clean and seamless. Also on the canvas, they are centralized. This is very important in this effect that we're going to create. The first thing to do is to group the two. We'll call the group cut flip. So after that, the next thing to do is to animate that group. However, there are important things that we have to pay attention to in order to make this effect work. We'll see that if we go into rotation. We want to rotate about the y-axis. We're going to make an animation at a second, keyframe that point, then moving backwards we are going to animate the y-axis. If we run that through, we're only seeing one side. There are a couple of reasons for that. The first thing, we make sure that we change the stacking from 2D to 3D. So we come up here and we change that from 2D to 3D. If we play that again, we can see the front and the back. However, if we come back to this point, you'll notice that the back side of the card is reversed. In order to correct that, come to the back card and go to filters, distortion and flop. The card is the right way up now. In short, this is how you do it in Motion 5. We can now animate position and rotation of the group to our liking. I'll just quickly make a simple animation to show you this effect. So just like that, we can create that effect where we see both sides of the card. Now we'll jump into After Effects. Here we are in After Effects. You can import the two cut sides as PNG, Photoshop or Illustrator files. This is a powerful feature of using After Effects over Motion. You can edit your documents and seamlessly move them across. In creating the same effect in After Effects, you can proceed via one of two methods, the pre-comp method or using null objects. I'll show you both methods, the first one using the PNG files and the second one using Illustrator files. Let's start with the pre-comp method. The first thing to do is to pick whip the back card and attach it to your front card. This way you link the two faces. We need to transform both of the sides to 3D. However, I want you to notice that if you rotate that card, we are still having the same problem that we had in Motion 5, where you only see one side. The problem here is that both cards are existing in the same Z space. So what we need to do is to go up to the back card, transform, position and move it slightly off the Z space. We're going to, this is just arbitrary, let's close that on the back card, and let's try to do the same thing of rotating. As you can see both sides. If we rotate that card, we'll see that the back side is reversed. So what we do is we come back to the back card, flip the Y rotation by minus 180 degrees. This is equivalent to the flop method in Motion 5. So if we rotate it now, it's the right way up. So the next thing to do is to pre-comp. We pick both sides, pre-compose, and let's name that cut flip. We also want to make this pre-comp 3D. If we come to the transformation and do the Y rotation of our pre-comp, we realize we've gone back to the same problem where the backside does not show. The way to solve this problem is to collapse transformations by clicking here. Then if we run through this animation, we realize the backside is back up. We can now animate the position and rotation as desired. I'll quickly go through this so that we can see the effect that we come up with. So running that through, this is what we come up with. We can see that it satisfies our condition that we need to see both sides of the card in one play. So we go to the second method, which is using Null Objects. So we've activated the Illustrator files, create a new Null Object, and rename that Null Object cut flip control. You can name it whichever way is suitable for you. Then we pick whip both sides to the Null Object and convert this to 3D. What we also need to do is to separate the two layers on the Z space as before, and also rotate the back layer by minus 180 degrees. This is equivalent to the flop method in Motion 5. Now you animate the Null Object as you desire. I'll quickly go through this method so you see the final effect. As you can see, and this is what we come up with. As you can see, we see both sides, the back side and the front side. And there you have it. That's how you can create a cut flip method using both Motion 5 and After Effects. As usual, these are just the tools you can use to put more creativity into your projects. Tell me which of these 3 methods you find easier and more intuitive. Please do consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. That would be really helpful. Until the next video, keep creating.